Y'all seem to enjoy part one of the 3D printed Honcho build so much. I think it's time for a part two. Let's wrap up in here and get this show on a roll.
I grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place.
Welcome back, everybody. Part two of the 3D printed Ford Honcho build. Before we go any further, I want to take a quick moment to give a huge shout out and thank you to everybody out there on the highway heading towards Ottawa right now. Normally I don't throw any political stuff into the videos, you know, like who wants to hear political jargon and yeah, but they're standing up for our freedoms. Yes, our freedoms, what we have left of considerable, what we call freedom nowadays. We're just getting tired of all the mandates and everything, so they're shutting the country down. Things are gonna get pretty rough. Anyhow, you guys enjoyed part one so much. Here we are with a part two, and I couldn't just leave you hanging. I mean, come on, there's destined to be part two. I have already shown you a few fine things, but in case you missed part one, we'll go through and show everything that makes this truck awesome, and as well what all has been accomplished to the art of 3D printing. Look at that. Look at that. I think it turned out rather sharp. I do like it a lot. Yes, sir. I like it. Ultimately, there was nothing really wrong with this body. I'm sure the guy who sold me the original complete rig with the body is probably thinking the same thing. What was wrong with it that he had to go and get rid of the bed? Well, I wish I could actually show you. I do have the bed piece still, but I had a drop in bed that I tried to do to give the truck more of a scale look, and it just was not staying where it was supposed to. And I kind of started thinking I needed a Honcho in the fleet, and there's the birth of this. Some things come through want and need, some things come through necessity, which is kind of need anyways. So here we go, Honcho build. These parts took a while to print. Yes, this is a flexible. I'll show you on this piece down here so I don't stress anything. So I do have it screwed to the back of the cab right here, up here, corresponding on either side. So there's actually 4 good screw and nut holding that in place. I hope I was smart enough to put some nuts in there. Anywho, the side mount pieces, which I neglected to mention in part one, you're going to see those here today, as well as what I've added to this truck other than the Honcho thing. Pitter patter, let's get at her. You all came to see the Honcho bit, so I'm sorry, but we're going to show that last. Let's watch the whole video, right? Come on. There we go. These little side pieces. You'll notice this isn't axial. This body is supposed to be mounted. So your shock hoops here, body posts go in. Same thing in the rear. I don't like that setup. The body shakes from all the wrong points. I find when I side mount it, things look more rigid and how they are supposed to be. Okay, we've got the body pulled off. Just to show you, she's running a 3S. This is they call it a 50 to 100C F-Conergy, I do believe is the brand. I think that's what's written on there. In case you're wondering, the label come off because I put Velcro on it. Velcro come off, I peeled the label with it. It's a 5500 milliamp hour battery. Being that we're not always pulling 1 amp per hour, is that how you translate that? We're not going through that battery in a real quick speed. I think I could pretty much make it around our Dalewood Reservoir here with that. So an AE5 speed controller, the power switch on off. I don't think I gotta go into details of how that's set up. Everybody runs pretty standard with the drag brake on and on the LiPo setting. A sealed box, receiver box, and I use liquid E-tape to make sure everything seals up good. These side mounting plates, a lot of you are probably more curious about though. I originally started working with these as a way and a means to mount a Trailfinder 2 body to a SCX 10 chassis. Yeah, don't mind the stuttered speech there. I was short on words. The shocks in the front, I'm not too happy with them. They do need improve upon. A better spring perhaps, or maybe even just a whole new shock unit. It is not standard equipment. It is not what you would buy to put on the truck, but it's what works for now. We've got the brass in the front bumper mount. The front bumper mount is brass. Standard shorty bumper on here. Servo on axle, so that I don't have to worry about a pan hard bar too much. It's better geometry, I find. Let's see, aside from the tires, we'll come back to those. We have got some brass underneath. Nice brass links. They had some nice low center of gravity weight. Low height of center of gravity weight. And then that brings us around to the back of the truck. Yes, the cantilever suspension mod. One of our most brutal drivers drives this truck on a regular basis. You know who I'm talking about. You know who you are. A little bit of creaking going on there. And it survives him. I rarely even have to do too much tightening on anything back here, but I think that's just because I changed a few things up on it. Things loosen up and just need adjusting here and there. This little Yeti cooler box is full of lead. Don't ask how much, but it's enough that it helps keep things planted. Enough that I had to add these. I could have just tightened the spring down, but it was easier just to print a couple of these and add them in place, keeping my spring tension a little higher, but still allowing the suspension to do its work. Powering Mr. Red. That is, I guess, going to be the official name for this guy right here. Mr. Red has a 35 turn 550 brushed motor, 13 tooth pinion, whatever tooth spur that's common, and the mesh isn't actually looking too hot on that right now either. I'll have to look into that. The tires, we got some original Mudslinger 1.9s. Look at that, no leakage. This is actually, you see, it looks soft, doesn't it? It looks like there's almost no foam or anything in here, and I'll tell you right now, there's no foam in here. This is a 3D printed tire foam, 3D printed piece. It looks like this guy right here. I'm enjoying it so far, and so is my truck. If you want to see more about this, we got a video coming out very soon explaining these. Who is we? We is me. Enough about the chassis though, let's put a lid on things. Upon putting a lid on this thing, I did notice something. You check right in here, if you're watching I wiggle, right underneath my really amazing super strong mounting wire for the board. Not for what I'm about to show you. Watch this. Oh, you see that little gap in there? It's broken. Right in there, so I'm gonna have to get some kind of good glue in there. Those 3D printed parts don't like glue too much. Other than that, it survived a trail run today. Yes, this endured a trail run. It did well, considering the snow would be over the roof of this thing in some points. But we had us trucking through with our feet, and trucking through the Gladiator helped a lot. Gladiator on 2.2s. This is some of the other features of the 3D print. You'll notice some exhaust stacks in there. Like right up under the cab too. Isn't that snazzy? Yes, I do realize there's an open gear cover there. Some of you are probably just cringing. It doesn't really matter to me. The cringing or the open gear cover. Well, the milk crates in there. Handy dandy milk crates. Carry just about anything. You can put recovery straps and tow chains. Maybe even your lunch. Then we've got a shovel and a Widowmaker. And the Widowmaker, if you notice, it's harder to see because it's the same color as the cage, but that's actually got its own mount as well. So again, a flexible TPU here. This flexible TPU, it's supposed to fit in and under there. See that? The mounting sizes are a little different, as the cab should be, this cage should be a little more forward, shorter cab. Different style. I do believe it's meant for the original Honcho that Axio produced, their cab. It looks so much nicer on this one though. the Axial Honcho, it's got its own cage, and it's a nice one. So these pieces in here, these as well are added. These are leftover support structure pieces for a print, and they just happen to fit in here with a little bit of trimming. So I went with those for a little shelf, mounting shelf. I may go one step further. Maybe there'll one day be a part 3 where I put some boxes, some utility boxes under here. There may be a bed added one day when I want to add something else, but for now, everything that's done to this, I think is just, it fits it nicely. You guys gotta let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Would you own a Honcho that looked like this in your fleet? That's a nice rig right there. Last few key points I want to show you guys is these mirrors. I ran out of black paint. That is some of my sister's black nail polish. And the mirrors actually don't look too shabby on it. I was worried about mounting position. Would that be too high? Should it be down on the door more? But, you know, that's good for me. That's all that matters. Did put a couple of stickers off the axial sheet on here. You notice on the other side I got a couple as well, and there's one extra on that door that isn't on this door. Corresponding, same ones on that side. State of California, America. America flag's backwards though, I just realized. Axial Adventures, and we got these Eat Sleep Axial. Not bad, I didn't mind these, plus the worn, distressed logo on the door. I wanted to put a few more, but I started realizing, hey, you know, you get working on it, next thing you know, adding stickers, you can go overboard really easy, especially later in the evening, and it can end up looking like a 3rd grader's school project. To wrap this up, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked the Honcho. I really liked it. I took it on a trail run. Craig's taking it on a trail run. It's holding up really good. Anybody who tells you that 3D print and RC do not mix, I'm just using it wrong or something. I don't know, I'm not dumb. I think it looks great, and I plan on doing much more with 3D printing and RC. Stay tuned. Make sure you hit like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see more. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you catch when the new videos come out. Look at those little stacks sticking up there. Ain't that nice? We'll see you again soon, guys. Share the video around, help me get these views up. Views start hitting even 500 a video, we're talking giveaways. Maybe a nice little scale palette full of RC accessories and goodness you can load up on your rig. But those views gotta get up there to make it worth me doing so. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching. Keep your stick on the ice.